Here we go. Yep, up again. But this one's understandable. I was keeping a good log, and then we went out late for a birthday party. And I had some pizza, had some cupcakes. It's okay. As long as I trend downward, it's okay to have a bad day. As long as it's not really, really bad. I was about 400 calories over. So it makes sense. It's okay. It's not up a lot. It's up 1 pound. We're good. We're still on track. I'm trying to get like a timer or something. Because I would like to do like kettlebell and weightlifting intervals as opposed to air bike the whole time. But air bike is just so mindless I can just hop on. So we'll see. Figure it out. You know, as I would keep going. I'll get bored. I'll naturally figure out what I like and dislike and how to keep it fresh. But starting out, I feel like cardio is like just so good for everyone. Because you've never had to like sprint. And that's how you find out how truly out of shape you are. Or whenever you did the presidential physical fitness test. Like, dang, I have to run a mile, which is really not that far. And you start running the first lap. And you're like, oh, I got this. And then 75% through the first lap, you are gassed. And you're like, oh my God, I gotta run this 3 more times. Or it depends on how big your track is. And then your mind's like, can I cut across the field? What is any start less? Or doing 5Ks or 10Ks, you know. Same thing. False insecurity. You get like, you run out in front of the pack, and you're like, I'm in the lead. I guess these people aren't so fast after all. And then you immediately go, oh no. They know what they're doing, and I have no idea. And now I am dead last. Woo. Pedals loose again. It's like clicking. I don't want to take it apart because one, I don't have the part. I think I know need to fix it. I think it's just good. There's just like one bolt that gets ground down. That's another thing too. It's just like I just wish everything had part numbers. Like, I guess with Google you can kind of do like a image search or something. That's what I did for like I have this weird flooring, like you know, like the plastic flooring that looks like wood. I forget what it's called, PVC flooring or something. And the thresholds just have these plastic little guys, and if you don't punch them in exactly right, they like warp instantly and break off. And they only send you like the minimum amount for each threshold. And so I had all of those, and they were broken. I was like, can I just buy these? And I went to like Home Depot and Lowe's, and they're like, no, you have to buy a whole new set of thresholds to get more of those. I was like, no. Has to be a way. There has to be a flooring company that just sells packs of these. And I was right. And it was a flooring company out of California. And yeah, I had to pay $10 shipping, but I got a bunch of them. So now I'm loaded it up, and I fixed it. That felt good. But I was like, what is this part even called? It's just like a thing with a square flat thing that's like smaller than a screw head. And it's got like weird like spiral pasta base. But I took a picture of it, and that's how I was able to find this company that was selling them. I go, that is exactly the part I need. Technology works out sometimes. And it had a very specific name, and I can't remember what it was. I wish there was a version of Shazam that you could like hum into, and it would like do like a best guess. Because that's another thing. You get a song stuck in your head, but you're like, there's no words in this song. And you just remember the beat like, like, how do I fucking search that otherwise? What would you do? What would you break down to search that song? Like, the tempo, maybe? The rough tempo? I'm singing a very specific song. I don't know the name of, but I do. And that does have words, but I just can't remember them. But I have it saved to my list. You know something YouTube needs to improve is searching lists. Because a lot of these like YouTube playlists, I know it's in this list somewhere. I know it's something someone said. I want to be able to like context search a list to where it's like also kind of looks like through transcripts. There's got to be someone who's made this already. As like a third party thing. I wanted to look through like titles and transcripts. Just something somebody said, because I was like, I know. When did I talk about Golden Tusk? Or when did I talk about Oprah? I know it's an early episode, and I know I had some catchphrase for her. But right now I feel like, you know, YouTube playlists do exactly what, it's just like the infinite list. So you just have to scroll and scroll and scroll. Which is fine if it's like 10 videos. Doesn't really work when it's 5,000 videos. Which is like my main YouTube's favorites list. It's way too fucking big. But I don't want to lose anything in there. But I can't search anything that's old. I have to like really want to know. And sure, I can sort descending and see like the oldest stuff first, but it's all that stuff in the middle. And fitness scrolling only really made sense for like front pages of blogs, like to see a couple more posts without having to click a button. I feel like everything else it does poorly. Just, we've solved this problem. It's like pagination. But at some point, pagination just adopted to the infinite scroll. And so now it was like, instead of indexing by numbers, there's just like a before, a next, previous, and next. And there's like a hash. I'm sure that's faster for that. But I'm getting too technical now. Looks like it's warming up today. I see the snow is like melting. The roads are clear. Thank God for that. I have a feeling, though, this is going to be bad because I know like Monday, Tuesday is going to be a freeze, a deep freeze. And so all this wet stuff, if it don't go nowhere, is going to turn into like a hockey rink. Lions game tonight versus Commanders. That's kind of exciting. Let's not get kicked out in the first playoff game. I don't think we will, but you never know. The choke is real. You know, sometimes you want something so bad, and the other team wants something so bad. So the choke is on the person expected to win. And you know that's one of the reasons you watch football is because like upsets happen all the time, and they're amazing. But in this position, I want the Lions to win. God, we were so close last year. But there can only be one. Secret Base had a video series on the Minnesota Vikings and how many times they've like consistently made the playoffs but never won. And they got so close one time. And he just shows a graph of like every team that's made it to the Super Bowl and won. And like, and then like there was like another bar that went up for how many times, how many years have gone by without them winning the Super Bowl. I felt bad because, you know, Lions, at least you could say there was no chance. And it's just like, oh, shitty old Lions in the past. But with, like, the Vikings, that's got to be extra heart-tugging to be, like, a consistent playoff contender and then always consistently blow it in the playoffs. That's got to be heart-wrenching. Because it makes it worse because there's a chance. Like, if I didn't think there was a chance, I would have just been, like, written it off. It's just like if you told me, hey, we're going on a boat today. I'd be like, oh, shit, okay, cool. Whose boat? It's a big boat, fancy boat, rich guy's boat. I'd be like, damn, yeah, oh, I'm just so jazzed. Just kidding. Canceled. Weather. I'm like, now I'm upset. For a boat ride I didn't know existed a few moments ago. I was living in blissful ignorance. Now you told me. Now I really want it. Even though you just told me there's no chance. I remember when it's like over too, like when the game is like clearly in the other person's favor, and you're like, wait, There's 2 minutes left in the game. Maybe there's a chance to score 3 touchdowns. No. But then sometimes that happens too. It's like, holy shit. Just the unstoppable drive. I feel like that's so rare though. But man, that's impressive to watch. People who can like just hone in. Is it people honing in and like actually doing something amazing, or is the reason for a choke happening all on the choking team? Like they are just so nervous to make a mistake that they start flubbing big time. And all order falls out. I don't know. I always wonder. Because it's like, for skill-based stuff, like how much better can you get? I mean, the adrenaline kind of seeps into you, but you got the same plays and the same like tactics and people that you've had the whole time. And they've got the same people. So what's more likely? I guess it's both, maybe. You're getting a little bit better and they're getting a lot worse. So I think choking is doing the heavy lifting when you see like an upset. But who knows?
Thickrat_ said, I see the picture hanging. Waiting for cool lights next thicker one horse.
Yeah. It's got lights. I found an old LED strip, and I put lights around the rim of the portrait. But for some reason, this cheap-ass Chinese piece of crap IR receiver, none of the remotes work, even though all the batteries are have a 3-fold charge. So the batteries aren't good. So either the remotes aren't working or the receiver's not working. I suspect that I have 4 controllers. I suspect the receiver is borked, which sucks. But soon there will be fancy lights. I don't know what I will do with them. But first, beautiful Maryland will be backlit. And I wonder how much you'll even be able to see it because of the main light here. But I'll figure out. Maybe I'll get like a light in front or behind the camera.
I had to change the batteries in mine, but luckily they are cheap at the dollar store.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. Just to be super sure.
Yeah, you need to get that overhead light replaced, ha ha ha.
Yeah. Just a weird generic tit lamp. And I think it's like the old bulbs. I don't think these are like. I don't think these are even like the curly bulbs. I think this room has just not been gone in that often. Or an old inefficient bulb is still there. But then it's going to be even brighter. It's going to be the weird LED super brightness. And I think there's only one in there. So it's not even like the full brightness. Maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe I'll put a bit dimmer switch on here. I don't know. Too many things.
I remember years ago a streamer had this TDS for chat and I always think about how it pronounces my name. The C-Rat. Iconic. Ha 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 ha.
The C-Rat. That's fun. I wonder if the 11 Labs TTS would do the same. That's when you do like a highlight, if it says your name. If you do highlight my message, it'll do a better TTS voice. I feel like those are better. The AI voices are. It seems better because I can use them to text to speech like articles and stuff. 11 Labs has like a reader app that is like doesn't charge you. I'm sure there's like rate limits you hit, but Like there's no, you don't have to put in an API key. They're just like, here, you get these voices, yeah, at a nebulous amount of credits or whatever that recharge every month. But it's just used for reading like articles and emails and text blobs. And I gotta tell you, that helps so much because I could just like listen to a blog like a podcast. And the voices are, you know, interesting enough. They like weirdly change up the cadence, and they're pretty good at pronouncing stuff, but they do mispronounce stuff pretty often as well.
Yeah, it's like a fun project for you. Indoctrinates you into my cool lights cult.
Nice.
I want overhead tid lamps banished into the void.
That is a possibility. I just need to do some logistical rearrangings in the room, but it is definitely doable. I wonder if I just like spun around to like the window.
Imagine how epic you would look working out with party lights.
That would be pretty badass. And everything's just like going on. Like I'm at the club. Like the light blinking is based on how fast I pedal. That'd be really crazy. Just a workout visualizer. And I go. I just have like different tempo songs that kick in when I'm going hard. All the possibilities. All right, let's try changing it up. Maybe I'll do like 20 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. I want to figure it out. Yeah, I want to be not all air bike stuff. We'll get in at least 3 sets of kettlebell swings. I still need something other than my barbells to hold up the arm here. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do some triceps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. There's a whole house that has a whole LED thing, dude. Blink down lights. And sometimes it goes in the party mode. Oh, whose stream is it? I'll take a look. If not, just for inspiration. If you remember who it is, or if it's just like a random video. Very curious. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, I mean the outside of an actual house I see on my walks, lol.
A wooden walkway in the jungle? Oh, that's pretty badass. Yeah,
It's just strip lights.
It's just strip lights. Okay. But that's a good sign too, because that, you can do fancy stuff with something simple. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll just do a set of 3 for each of those. Why not? I don't know. No trainer here, but figuring out. I remember the days of training, changing it up all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I don't count, I don't breathe, and I lose count. I don't know. Something I wish I could just do in my head, because I feel like every time I'm at the gym, I just know I got people around me, but I gotta do it. I've gone my whole life. I always need to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Woo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, that should be good. Now it's at 3, but set it 2. I'm gonna hurt after that. I already feel it. Especially my right arm. I thought my right arm was my strong arm. But my left one it was easier with. So, same weight. Learning stuff about my body. Makes me glad I did it, because now I know I need to work it out. So that might be a more thing. Yeah, do more reps of those. Halfway point. What's up, Bowser Big Bing Burrito? Good morning. We're just getting to work here on the air bike. We just did some kettlebell workouts. And now back to it. Day 16. Still sticking with it every day. It's nice to have the streak, but I know the streak can't last forever. There's going to be a sick day or vacation, but as long as I get right back to it when I'm able. But so far, 16 days in a row. I don't know about you, Bowser Big Bing Burrito. Are you on your own fitness journey? Or just curious to see progress about somebody else? It's okay. You're here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the clapping emoji. Appreciate you. I need to brainstorm some sort of intramural sport so I can, like, and maybe I'll stream it, maybe I won't, but I'd like to be working towards something, because right now it's just general health and wellness.
Hubble said, brainstorm what sport?
Something I'd like to do, like something that they do pickup games for. That's in my area. That's not baseball or softball. I'm sure there's tons of things if I just looked hard enough. But yeah, just something to be like, all right, I worked out in the morning. After work, I'm going to go to this intramural thing and do a little bit more. And it's kind of like, hey, I get to show off my gains and my improvement. And the majority of these, I mean, the air brake is like all cardio. If I like keep my heart rate up. That's another thing I need, a heart rate monitor. Because I don't know if I'm in the pocket or not. And you kind of want to push yourself to like 80, 90% of your heart rate. There's like a formula you could do based on your age. But you know, you feel it when you get close to hitting your limit. But it would be nice to know so I don't like pass out on a stream one time doing some wind sprints on the air bike.
Official said, guys.
What's up, Bulk Bogan?
Swims to announced.
Oh, I saw that too. All right, I'm giving up working out. Switch 2 is announced. I'm just going to play Switch 2. I feel like this is the Wii U announcement. I feel it's like it's not as big a deal as I thought it was. Oh, hey. There's Ellen. Good morning, Ellen.
Is gonna play all the Super Duper Marios.
Yeah. I feel like they put their B team on it. They're like, hey, listen, we're working on something really cool, but we need to keep people interested. So just make something. Switch 2 is just what we have as a placeholder, but come up with something better. And then the doofuses on the B team
I love
just
Montino,
left
I love
Switch 2 as the... Just like Wii U. That was definitely a placeholder name. And then they just left it. No wonder they didn't ship. Wii U, Wii 2.
What was the second Wii called?
Wii U.
Oh.
Exactly. You don't even remember.
When the Wii
Hey, now Tropical Freeze was good.
Oh, I'm not saying the games and stuff were bad, but like the idea for the console was kind of half thought out. And I
New
feel like
funky mode.
Nintendo's had this cadence for a little bit. Where they do, like, they put a lot of energy into the N64. And then there's, like, the N64D drive. They didn't put that much thought into it. And then they just released the GameCube. So they do, like, a lot of R&D to, like, get you there. Like, how do I improve the current gen system? And how do I do something totally new? What's the song in your head you're rocking out to? Are you just working out to the...
I started off going like this.
Oh, yeah. The pointing.
I love dancing.
Yeah.
What to do is just Disney, but for games. All will be forgiven when there's a new Mario and he jump on the Goomba.
And jump on the Goomba. Yeah. I love that they, like, yeah, you know, technology advances all this way, but people still just, like, low poly Mario. Like, very simplistic. Nostalgic, yeah.
Easy to pick up and
They always have their A-team on it. There's, like, the main Mario games.
it's a happy little game, and we're in some bleak times.
Yeah.
People just want, it's good for a group. You know, you have friends over.
Yeah.
Like every time my cousins come over, we're all, that's what they want to play. You know? It's like modern day board games.
Okay, Sonic VSD
Yeah,
Mario,
in a
where
way.
you stand.
Sonic vs. Mario from where you stand.
I think Sonic would kick Mario's ass, but
I've never been a
My
huge
fence
Sonic
sitting ass
fan.
is on Mega Man myself.
Mario's an old man.
Except for Sonic Adventure, I was really into. Like the Dreamcast Sonic games. I was like, oh, dang. My fence-sitting ass is on Mega Man myself. Okay,
I
I
know
like
my
Mega Man. I always like the 8 bosses. I always like the weaknesses. Like, figuring out, it kind of has, like, a logical aspect to it. But then some of it was just like, Magnet Man is... What? Strong against what? I like Mega Man, though. And I like the boss rush at the end. It's like, it feels like a good challenge wrap-up. It's fun. Good replayability. Yeah, well, finding secrets, finding out boss weaknesses.
Like Pikmin, that's what I played.
Pikmin, that's a fun one.
You guys say,
Pikmin gets a little anxious because you'll be like rolling through the game with like a full army of 200 Pikmin, and then you encounter one game mechanic you haven't yet, and then
they make you feel guilty because they go.
and then their soul, you can see their souls leave their body. Yeah.
Pikmin as my sexual partners.
Pikmin as my sensual partners. Sensual? I don't know. Wah. Wah.
They were so cute.
Yeah.
And you have to kill other cute little guys. That was not. Looking back, that game was too violent.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for stopping in, Ellen. I met with Tony last night and Nate, and Tony was asking me about this stream. He's like, "Oh, I saw you've been streaming. I haven't watched yet, but." He's like, "What's this training for Mr. Universe thing?" Because, yeah, I'm just doing it for me. Set your goals super high. And he was like, "Oh, I also work on in the morning, so maybe I'll join you."
Tony
I'm
from
like,
the famous
hop on the
stream
stream.
channel AiPD.
Yes. Tony from the famous. It is the Tony. Oh, I wonder why it didn't switch over to the fancy voice. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Highlighted is supposed to like play the 11 Labs voice. Oh, I wonder if I'm out of credits. That might be a thing too. We will see. No, it says 11 Labs. Voice aliases. 11 Labs Ryan.
This is a test message.
All right, still works. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Who knows? Right, back to it. 20 minutes left. But yeah, that'd be fun to have like Tony
Doctor Who
split
be like,
screen.
Daleks are back and we shall beat them with a timey-wimey thingamajig.
Yeah, there's some gremlins in my machine preventing the fancy voices from working.
No cool British mode.
Not yet. I'll figure out more voices. The program I'm using, SpeakerBot, you can also assign voices to people. So like I can give you, Bulk Bogan, your own special TTS voice. I think that's pretty cool. For regulars and stuff. Helps me to distinguish who's talking just from the voice. I'll try configuring that for next one. I won't tell anybody. You just have to chime in and see. Do I have a special voice? Or do I got Stephen Hawking, generic Microsoft?
No TDS can be like the Bulk Bogan. The muscles.
The muscles. I heard a story that they like offered Stephen Hawking to like have his original voice. They have like recordings and they're like, we can like train a much better voice for you. And he's like, no, this voice is iconic. My shitty text-to-speech voice. But I think if they like, if they just made it for him and like showed him like it can do inflection and all that, he'd be like, oh yeah, this is way better. You should have just showed me this. Done all the work. Because, yeah, you can even, like, emote and stuff in some of them. Some get fancy. Maybe that was bloatware. Maybe that was just, like, fake, though. Because I remember seeing, like, an AI text-to-speech model that was like, oh, yeah, we can read it, like, sad. And
Emote.
but it can't, like, it can't auto-detect. So it's like, yeah, but you're, like, switching to a whole new model. So it's like, in our edited demo, it read one sentence sad and one happy, but it can't figure it out automatically. And it's like, okay, that's kind of neat, but not as useful.
Did he do the Fortnite dance?
Yeah, he got up out of his chair. He goes, I'm faking everybody. I could talk the whole time. And they dunked the basketball. And we're like, Steven. And then someone hit him with a car because he ran out in the street and started dancing. And then that's when he really died. And that's the story of Stephen Hawking. Beloved professor of physics and something, something. You know what I thought was fun? I think this was like the
Hubble
same.
Hubble said, have you tried out Suno yet?
Yeah, for generating music, I saw the Only Plays guys, Chris O'Neill doing stuff with it. I have not had as much success with it, but I feel like it is a tool that can unlock. Maybe I'll do a theme song. Training for Mr. Universe theme song on Suno. I need like a short stinger intro.
Bulkbogan official said, "It fucking sucks at making interesting stuff that I want."
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I think
No
you know,
database has any good math core.
I'll share them in the Discord if you haven't seen, but the Only Plays guys made like a lot of good ones. They made like a Russian guy who gets in a hot tub because he stinks.
Yeah, those were fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you've seen it. Okay. Of course, yeah. So I think part of it's just like the creativity to like, okay, how do I get this stupid thing to do something interesting? So there's a way. But yeah, I'll give
Hubble
Suno a
Hubble
try.
said, "I have made some great songs with it."
Oh, please share Hubble. If you have any success stories,
Bulkbogan
drop them
official
in the
said,
Discord.
"I'm just run out of funny ideas after a national anthem for Garfield Stan."
Oh, that's interesting too. I would love to hear that. Pop in the Discord, drop it in a music channel. I will share. I'll do that later today, like before the Lions game. I'll work on some potential workout anthems to kick off the stream. I also have this sound pad, so I could have like stingers for something like I was fart. And I think I have toilet flush. Wait. There you go. That's all I got. I
And
just
it makes
wanted
the most
something.
generic land music when I ask for something heavy.
Yeah, I wonder if you just gotta add weird words like. Yeah, I'm very curious how Suno trains their AI model. Like, how do you assign like a word to like a chord or a feeling? So it's almost like you gotta do like brute force to figure out, okay, what words does it actually know and have like associations with like different styles and stuff. I imagine it's like song titles. It infers
Hubble
stuff.
Hubble
So,
said, "I put a song in the Discord."
oh, great. I will listen to it after. Thank you, Hubble. I love those little things because it is like also something like. Just like hearing something brand new. And the fact that it does like the weird AI singing along with it, to like, that adds a lot to it. My friend Betsy, she plays like the standing bass, and she's like a really tall lady. But she was always intrigued to like play music with people that have never played before, because she loved seeing people do something she's never seen before. Because she's got her PhD, and like she's very like, she knows all the rules, and so sometimes it's kind of hard for her to break it and do something new. So she like likes to play with people that's like, have you ever played the blah 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 before? Because it's whatever she had on or was set up for like a concert. And they're like, no. And she's like, please play with me. I would love to see you just try. And a lot of people gave her a no. But I was always one that was like, yeah, I would love to. But just smash something on a keyboard or something. And she's like, everyone does something different. Like when they don't know,
It's
they're
a song
like
about
just
my goalkeeper skills.
trying.
The lyrics are not very serious.
They do like a lot of play the full thing, but then you get to see them try to work it out. And that does stuff that's unconventional. Oh, okay. No, that's okay. I did not expect a soundtrack for a dramatic movie. All my songs are going to be funny. I can't do dramatic. I don't know. My brain just don't work like that. I remember we used to do this. It's like a 48-hour film, but like for horror films. It's called Horror Film Roulette, and you don't get 48 hours. They like added a bunch of time. I think you get like just under a month. But you spin a wheel and you get like a horror genre, like zombies or monsters or sci-fi or something. And then you go and make a movie. And they have like decent prizes. They found like good sponsors and stuff. And then they show them all in one night, like close to Halloween. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. But, you know, with horror fans, some of them are like, I don't know, no nonsense about it. They want you to be actually scared. And one time I won a prize for a funny entry. I won 3rd place. I was like so proud. I was like so shocked. I was like, wow, someone really liked this. But the idea was, I'll share this in the Discord, but it was a serial killer that, you know, before he turned on these people and hunted them down, he gave them diarrhea so they couldn't really run off that far. They were like crippled by their own bowels. It was a fun idea. I had a lot of fun making it. A lot of fart sound effects in the movie. And you know, clearly the people who ran it were like, oh, this is kind of like a very interesting, different thing we didn't expect. And we got slasher, so yeah, it was like just a weird idea I had. But the team that I feel like, you know, somebody who put like a lot of work in making a serious movie, it wasn't that good. I think it was kind of hurt that we won, like a funny entry. They're like, that's not scary. We made something scary. Not really, but it was scarier than a bunch of farts. And so their whole team, they like upload them all to YouTube, and their whole team downvoted. So all the videos have like a couple upvotes, and then our one video had like 8 downvotes from this salty team. And I was like, your salty tears fuel my extreme life. I've already won the prize.
Volkswagen official said, scary movie How about the political situation in U.S. am I right?
Oh boy, I'm so defeated. I did not think a second Trump term was possible, but here we are. What a weird, not only possible, but he slam dunked it. It was a landslide. What a weird world. Everything's on fire. I just gotta not think about it. Hopefully this gets a lot of angry people to run for local government. And then slowly we just take it in from the bottom up. Seize the means of production of government. And like hopefully a lot of young people get into stop, you know, TikTok's getting banned. Put down the TikTok and go learn what a comptroller is. Or go get on the city council. I think I talked about this a couple days ago, or maybe last week. But yeah. I think that when that happened, me and the Poker Nights guys were just like, let's just run for a local government. It would probably be pretty easy to win, because I think most of these challenges, or most of these cities have like unchallenged seats. or even open spots, depending on how small a town you live in. There's probably just an open spot on the city council for something. And what, you meet once a week for an hour to talk about stuff? And anything extra you do is like cherry on top? But it still sucks, yeah. You know, judging by how many people voted for Trump, that would actually make the country worse. Because then all these people with this skewed view, the pendulum has swung the other way. I don't know. I just don't know. I guess do what you do. Do what you feel is right. You know, I thought after like the first Trump presidency, we'd have like a wave of like new people. And there was kind of a little hill, but it wasn't like the resounding replace all these old people that I thought it would be. Because it is hard. And some of these people are like really cemented in power. But I feel like as long as you like, if you don't have like super high hopes, like you can actually affect change, meaningful change in your town. Like, I feel like mayoral and city council are just like stepping stones for like Senate and governor. Like, I think the mayor of my town has been there for a while, doesn't have that like high hopes, but just like cares about the city that she lives in. But it's gotta suck to have like a really good mayor, and then, you know, if they're really that good, people are like, why don't you run for governor? And it's like, or county something, move up the ranks. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Politics is weird. I don't know if I want to get involved with it, but I feel like if I want to affect change, it'd be interesting to dip my toes in the water and see. Like, 'cause I feel like it's kind of a black box. Like, I really don't know how it works. It's almost like running for class president. Like, what does being on the student council even entail? Why do we have a treasurer and a librarian and a president? Like, what do any of these positions actually do? I feel like no one does anything. It's just a popularity contest. The president gets to determine what they do with all the money that's raised. And I think I've said this before, but our class president sucked so bad that she's just like, we give all the money to the next class. It's like, you couldn't think of anything that the school needs that we could spend the stupid car wash and fundraiser money on? Oh, you are worse than useless. I wish we could go back in time and people could see that you're going to do absolutely nothing. The one thing that you can make a decision on. And you just forget about it and study for finals and go, we're just going to give it to the other one. Yeah. Yeah, we should have used it to just attack the youth. We have bought a bunch of eggs and toilet paper, and we are going to attack the youngins to let them know. Seniors for life. You'll always be 1 year under us. attack. That would have been better. At least that would have had something. Standing for something. But we stood for nothing. Stupid. And then, like, what? The rest of the student council didn't. Everyone was just like, yeah, sure, I also forgot. If one person just would have had an idea. Oh, it made me so mad. It was like, is this the inaction we get from like actual elected officials? Something that like you could do anything. Come on, you got to know there's some problems. And instead of solving anything, they just passed the buck. Well, my time is up. Oh, fuck you. You piece of crap. You lied to me when you were running. You said you were going to change so many things. And you just lied to my face. I wish you could, like, hold a tribunal and be like, you told 80 lies and you didn't do 80 things. That's 80 lashes on the buttocks. Maybe don't lie next time you run for office. You know, I think public shaming is something we need to bring back, especially for, you know, these politicians that just get away with everything. You know, somebody's got to be made an example of. Show you that we are strong as the many. Don't divide us. If we just unite, maybe you'll think twice about taking a bribe and spending all the school funds on $1,000 a night hookers. And how do you get into that? Like, is it just like another career politician is like, hey, listen, don't care. People don't care. People don't see where the money goes. Come with me to the club. How much is this? Don't look at the price tag. It's not your money. Just enjoy. Or is it someone who's like, who starts out like, all right, I want to do drugs and sleep with prostitutes, but I have no money. Let me run for a government position and spend other people's money. Probably a little column A, probably a little column B. And it's like, it's almost like the opposite. Like, I hate when people micromanage me at work. But when you're like a public figure, I feel like you got to kind of be micromanaged a little bit. But it's almost like a full-time job. It's like, to micromanage every little thing you do, someone's got to be like watching you 24/7. And it's like, if I trust you, until I find that thing, I have no reason to distrust you. So the motivation is just like, I'm just watching this guy live his life. He's not doing anything shady. And then as soon as you stop looking, boom, that's when it happens. Politics is so weird. Will we ever get to a point where it's like some ideal state where there's like accountability for everything? And like, you know, people start to actually legitimately trust politicians and what they actually deliver on their word most of the time. I don't know. I like to think of that Star Trek universe where they do figure it out as a society, as an entire. It's nice to dream about. And then we could start worrying about the real stuff. Weird galactic anomalies that are more nightmarish than you could possibly ever think of. That's the real problems. You know, I shouldn't be worried about every little thing. But it wasn't like so idealized too, because there's like the data episode where they're like, let's just turn them into parts so we can break them apart and see if we can like build more datas. And then they're like, no, Data's a person. Like, he says no, we should respect his opinion. He's like a sentient being. They're like, no, he's just computer parts. One of the best episodes. So good. All right, we're there. Whew, 1 hour has passed. I'm sweaty as hell. Time to shower up, get ready for the day. Watch the Lions play in the playoffs later. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be dropping some Sunos things later.
GG easy.
In the chat. Take her easy. See you tomorrow morning. Bye. Bye. Oh, this is bad, right? I don't know. I don't intend it. I'm doing like peace sign.